Every year I draft players on my team that have so much hype involved with their name that I get super excited that they're going to have a great year. And then 9 out of 10 times, there's always that one guy that, well, sometimes there's more, but, let's just say with that one guy that becomes a bust. Now, bust in terms of fantasy to a lot of people is quite different all around. So some people have different reasonings for it than others. It's more of an opinion based thing on what really truly is a bust. But today, if you haven't noticed, in our fifth segment of the run pass option, we are going to be talking all about busts.
We give you the option.
If you haven't watched our other episodes, our other segments of this, basically I'm giving topics to James and Chris, and they are deciding to either run with the option or pass with the option. In regards for today, running with the option means that this player that I'm bringing up is going to be a bust. If they pass on the option, that means this player they believe will not be a bust. So, gentlemen, are you guys ready to go into our busts of the year, basically?
Let's
Dive
do
into
it.
Nick.
All right. Our first player today is running back DeAndre Swift from the Detroit Lions. What do you guys think?
I'm going to say run. I think he's definitely going to be a bust this year. A lot of people have drafting him really high, and I just don't see it this season. That team's going to be very bad. I've been saying that from before. I mean, he may be one of the main focal points of it, but I just don't see him putting up the numbers that people think he's going to put up, especially with all the other options that are there.
I'm going to go pass. The Lions now have the running back whisperer in Anthony Lynn across 78 games as offensive coordinator or head coach. Lynn's tailbacks have received 22.81 carries and 8.5 targets per game. Now that Swift has a top 10 ranked offensive line, I think he has the opportunity to ball out.
All right.
Oh, I like that nickname, eh? The running back whisperer.
I'm hoping it's a pass as well. I have DeAndre Swift. Yeah, we know this story already. All right. Our next player is running back David Montgomery from the Chicago Bears. Gentlemen, what do you think about David Montgomery?
I'm going to go run with Tarek Cohen coming back and the signing of Damian Williams. I'm looking for the Chicago Bears to run a bigger running back by committee, sell high.
And I guess staying on cue, I'm going to go pass. I think that the Chicago Bears are going to use him and use him often. They've already come out saying that he's going to be getting 20 or plus touches per game. If they stick to that and Nagy's not lying to us, I think he can have a good year. He finished off well, and I think he continues it.
All right. Our next player is from the Cleveland Browns, wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr.
I'm going to go run. I don't trust him in Cleveland. I know that his numbers have been okay, but last season he got hurt with the ACL. I've heard, he's on his way back to recovery. If you talk to a lot of wide receivers in the past, it takes almost a full year before you're back to actually being the player you used to be. He's going to be a little bit scared. He won't be able to play as well as he normally would. And I think also his connection with Baker is not as good as he wishes it for it to be. And I just think he won't be as good as everyone hopes he will be.
Yeah, I'm going to pass. The athletic freak that is OBJ will not bust based on where you're going to draft him. In 0.5 PPR, you're getting him at wide receiver 27. So I'm going to pass on that one.
Okay, interesting. A tight end that had a pretty solid season last year. Green Bay tight end Robert Tonyan.
I'm going to run just based on volume. 59 targets is not a lot over the course of a full season for a tight end. If he gets a similar amount of volume but drops off in efficiency, it could spell disaster for his 2021 fantasy season.
I'm going to run as well. I see a major decline in his TD totals, and his yardage weren't very good. They were just average when you just look at them minus the TDs. And that is also a run with or without Rodgers.
All right. On to the number one overall pick this year, quarterback Trevor Lawrence?
I'm going to run as much as I like his college tape and as much as, I mean, he is the number one overall. I'm a little skeptical of the Jaguars team. They got a new team, a new coach, new wide receivers, new running back. It's just a lot of new things. And as nice as it looks on paper, I mean, for it to gel all in one shot in the first year kind of scares me. I'm going to take him as a bust.
Wow, I'm going to go pass. Not with the weapons around him. DJ Shark, Marvin Jones, Colin Johnson, Travis Etienne, James Robinson, Laviska Shenault. He is set up to succeed in Jacksonville. I'm going to go with Trevor Lawrence. He will not bust.
Ooh, very interesting. All right, another very talked about running back right now, J.K. Dobbins from the Baltimore Ravens.
This is a tough one. His advanced stats tell me he's one of the most efficient running backs in the league, but the Ravens don't use him a whole lot. I'm going to go with a hesitant pass on J.K. Dobbins.
I'm going to go pass as well. Dobbins will get right back to where he was, and this time he'll actually be in the driver's seat. Last season, he was behind Mark Ingram to start the year, and he had to push his way into it. And I think this year, with him being the lead there, it'll make his numbers even better.
Okay. Our next player, I mean, everyone knows him as the troll after what he did in fantasy playoffs, but it is running back Josh Jacobs.
I'm going to go pass. Jacobs will do what he has been doing ever since he was drafted. He's going to run, and run some more. I'm not scared of Drake at all, and I think Drake's going to line up on the outside as a wide receiver more than he is a running back, and I think Jacobs will be fine.
I'm going to run. Drake the Snake is going to take me away from Josh Jacobs. He's going to take away his touches. He's going to take away his TDs, therefore causing Josh Jacobs to be one of the biggest busts for me this season.
Wow. All right, on to a really good wide receiver in my eyes, my boy Amari Cooper from the Dallas Cowboys.
I'm going to run with this one. Amari Cooper will miss some time for camp. He underwent an ankle surgery in January that just hasn't healed the way they were hoping. First, they said he wouldn't miss any time at training camp. Then after missing mini camps, the head coach was hopeful he would be ready for training camp, but now they're saying that it will cut it close. So run.
I'm going to run for all those things that Chris just mentioned, but also I think CeeDee Lamb's just going to take over. I think he's a superior talent, and I think they're going to get him the ball a lot more, and I think that might lead to Cooper being on his way out of Dallas by the end of the season. So,
okay, and gentlemen, our last player for the day is quarterback Baker Mayfield from the Browns. What do we think?
I'm going to say pass. Baker had a interesting fantasy season last year. A lot of his games that weren't very good were because of the horrible weather that he was dealing with. But when you take away that factor and actually put him in good weather, he didn't do so bad. So I think he'll do well this season with a good season of weather, hopefully, and he'll be a lot better than he was last year.
Take away the factor of weather in Cleveland for a team that plays outside. Good luck with that.
I mean, yeah, he's going to have some, but I mean, it was more than just Cleveland, though. It was other places he went to, too.
He plays in the AFC North with Pittsburgh, who plays outside. Baltimore plays outside. Cincinnati plays outside. So that's
he's playing inside
right there.
So maybe Mother Nature will give him some better weather. What do you want me to say?
Winter. But with that, I'm going to pass. You'll be drafting him at his floor. I believe personally you'll be drafting him at his floor. He has the weapons around him. He won't have to learn a new offense for the first time in his NFL career. And he has gotten better every year since his arrival. So draft Baker Mayfield.
All right. Well, that is our segment of bust in the run pass option. Listen to the guys. Tell us if you agree with them or not. But make sure to check out our other videos on YouTube as well. Check out our episodes wherever you stream your podcasts. And don't forget to follow us on our social medias. You can find us on Instagram at The Option Podcast, on Twitter at The Option Pod, and on TikTok at The Option Fantasy Football. Have a good night, everybody, and we'll see you next time. Do you agree with us? Disagree with us? Let us know with a comment below. or even reach out to us and DM us.